First off, I'm mad as hell.
That's the sentiment of many of these farmers who have to wade through complicated federal labor programs. Dan Bremer is the president of AgWorks. He says farmers who hire immigrant labor through the H-2A program need to get it right.
The government is very targeted on the H-2A program, and if you haven't paid correctly, if you haven't transported correctly, if you haven't housed correctly, the agents are out and about.
Right now, the H-2A, or Temporary Ag Worker Program, is working for Louisiana's farmers and ranchers. However, producers are fearful of adverse prevailing wage rates, burdensome timelines, and the proposed Agricultural Job Opportunities, Benefits, and Security Act, or Ag Jobs, which provides amnesty to undocumented guest workers.
However, for many of the farmers at this meeting, amnesty is not the answer to their problem.
Well, typically ag jobs are not the most desirable. They're dirty, you're out in the field, you're out in the weather, and they tend to pay a little bit less than, say, construction jobs. So if you provide people with amnesty and they have a choice of where they can work, then we feel they will leave the farm, and then we will not have workers for our operations.
For farmers and ranchers who hire H-2A workers, Bremer has a stern warning. He tells them to make sure to have I-9 forms on all of their immigrant labor.
If the farmer has an I-9 on each worker, the worker has the documents required to fill out the I-9, then the farmer is no longer liable if that worker happens to be an illegal alien.
Producers in this room feel the current H-2A program is complicated and difficult to deal with. Sweet potato grower Ken Thornhill nearly lost his crop last year, even though he jumped through all the right hoops.
This previous year, Homeland Security was a bit late in getting our workers in for planting season. As a matter of fact, they never got them in. So we scrounged around. Finally, we scrapped up enough local people to get the job done.
Louisiana's farmers and ranchers want a simple, easy-to-use guest worker program that will keep them in business and out of trouble. In New Orleans, I'm A.J. Sabine for This Week in Louisiana Agriculture.